To the school board meeting for Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Tonight we will have our invocation by Pastor Tim Quano from Solid Rock Community Church, our Pledge of Allegiance led by Rusty Gould, our Coordinator of Safety and Security, our national anthem performed by Luisa Ortera, an all-state chorus student from Gateway High School. Our mission statement will be read by Tia Tasha Brown, our Director of High Schools. And our interpretation services will be provided by Naira Elvira, our bilingual community liaison for multicultural services. If you will now please stand. Pastor Tim. Mr. Cook, would you like to lead us? No, we can't? Okay. We'll take a moment of silence. Thank you. Our Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. Gould.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Be seated.
Our mission statement: inspiring all learners to reach their highest potential as responsible, productive citizens.
Good evening, I am Naira Elvira and I'm going to provide Spanish interpretation services. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Naira Elvira y estoy aquí para proveer servicio de interpretación al español.
With that, we are on to positive comments. Dr. Shanoff, I'll start with you today.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Two things I want to focus on. First and foremost, I just want to congratulate the hard work of all of our teachers, support staff, administrators, and the students in the remarkable rise in graduation rates that we experienced. Just congratulations goes to everybody. This isn't just a high school achievement, this is a K-12 achievement. Many of our students had to start somewhere, and most of them started in elementary school. That journey towards graduation starts the first time that they step through the door, and we, along with the parents, mold that child into a graduate. And it is an absolute joy to see that work really pay off. So I just want to thank all of the teachers across every grade level. I want to thank the support staff and then also administrators for their work, and congratulations to the students and their parents on that achievement. The other positive comment I have we've started something new in our principal meetings where we're highlighting specific principals for the work that they're doing on their campuses. We've determined that our principals are pretty much tired of hearing from Dr. Clayton, Dr. Allen, and me. And they're really interested in hearing about how the work is going at other schools. So we've had 3 principals present so far, and it's been transformational. And I just want to recognize those 3 principals on the record for their presentations, because it's not easy to run a school and then also develop a presentation about your systems for everybody else. But I do want to thank Dr. Kennedy, she's actually in the back of the room, from Osceola High School, Kimberly DeSantos from PAFA, and Monique Machado, principal of Kissimmee Middle School. We've had 3 outstanding presentations, and continued success to all of our principals and the great work that they're doing along with their teachers. Thank you.
Ms. Garcia?
On the last day before winter break, I had the chance to visit all my schools, and it was fun. I get to meet everyone. Thank you to all the administrators and staff that welcomed me with open arms. I saw ugly sweaters, everything that day. It was fun. Also, I would like to congratulate the Osceola County School for the Arts, the jazz band, for this incredible achievement. They're going back to the finals, so we're very proud, and I wanted to give them a shout out. Also, thanks to Lester and Dr. Peñalosa and Dr. Horns. I had the opportunity to visit a school and see all the protocol for safety, and I think we're in great hands, and for us, it's fantastic. It was so inspiring to see the dedication of the staff and how to see the safe and secure of our students. It's in good hands. I'm gonna go advanced because we won't be here, but the National School Counseling Week, it will be during the February week, the 3rd and the 7th. So congratulations to all the school counselors. I'm a school counselor myself, and I'm so proud of what you do. It's a hard work, but you are keeping our kids safe and their mental health in good shape. And the last but not least, congratulations to all the nominees for the Teacher of the Year. I have some of my schools, and I'm proud of that are part of that, and School-Related Employee of the Year. And I think that's it for me. Oh.
Mr. Cook, you're recognized.
My turn.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna start off by saying West Side is the best side, District 3 is where you wanna be. And with that being said, I'd like to give a shout out to Poinciana and Liberty High School. Poinciana, with their grad rate, is top in our district. That's 3 years in a row. They're at almost 97%, and Liberty High School had a 12% increase, the largest increase that we had in our district. So that starts with the new being queen, Dr. Evans, here as the assistant superintendent. You see her smiling. It starts with her. It's head down leadership. So from her down to Tia Brown, and working with Dr. Schwartz and Dr. Harris and their staff. They have done an amazing job turning around our schools and putting our kids in position to graduate and then pursue those careers that they are trying to pursue. So shout out to my high schools out there on the west side, again, which is the best side. Next up, I would like to give I'm not finished. You was going to the mic kind of quick. Okay. Miss, she got like 7. I only got 3. Miss,
2 minutes.
I saw it, but I'm only at like 45 seconds. Miss Youngblood and the PHS band, they were part of Orlando's MOK celebration. Cool to see them be a part of the city and showing off that talent that they have out there. And then lastly, shout out to Reedy Creek. They were just recognized as a PBIS model school, which is a lot at that school. I've been out at that school I've been out observing quite a bit, and just to see how they are helping redirect our kids and helping them to make some positive choices with their behaviors and stuff. It's really cool that they were recognized as a PBIS model school. So again, West Side's the best side.
Ms. Castillo.
I do agree the west side is the best side. I feel feel like I'm more west than you though.
Well, we can share a little bit.
I feel
We'll
like
share a little
I'm
bit.
the west.
You gotta come up with your own saying, that's all I'm
I
saying.
will. Thank you. Okay, so going back to 2024, I did end the year by attending a festival for the students at Central Avenue Elementary. I mention them a lot because they're always inviting me to their events, and in this particular case, the Central Florida Indian community hosted a Christmas party for all the kids and gave them all presents. And we had a pizza party, and it was just all the fun in the world. I love going over there and just hanging out with the kids for a little bit. I also want to give a big thank you to the celebration community. They invited me last week to give some updates on the amazing things that are happening in the district, not just in the west side, all over the district. And it was really great to connect with the constituency and the community, and they always have such great questions to make sure that everybody is up to date with everything. Since we're, congratulating everybody for the graduation rates, I am very proud of the advancements that we've made, so everybody should be very proud of that. And I do, of course, want to shout out the high school that I have, Celebration High School, with a graduation rate of 91%. Amazing feat, and once again, congratulations to everyone who made that happen. I can't wait to continue inching up with that. And lastly, I'm so excited for tomorrow, for the ALCO graduation. It's one of my favorites. I cannot wait to come back and tell you all how it went, but if y'all haven't gone, the new board members, then you get to go tomorrow. I highly suggest it. It's a really great one, so that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Bronson.
Well, yesterday I celebrated MLK Day of Service at Hopkins Park. It was with the City of St. Cloud and Hopkins Heroes, and we cleaned up the neighborhood, we replanted a community garden, pressure washing, and then after that was all finished, we got a chance to share a lunch together. It was like a picnic style, and I just want to say what a great opportunity, because it's events like this that really brings the community together, and that Dr. King, his message is really important, and that we just remember that.
Thank you. I wanted to just highlight that we had our legislative delegation meeting right after the new year, January 2nd actually, and that was a chance for all of the different governmental agencies and community members that have some kind of priority that they want taken to Tallahassee to be brought forward in front of our local legislators. So we were in attendance there, and we were able to bring our priorities as a district to them and share with them things that we really want them to be advocating for us during this next legislative session, and things that we will also be traveling to Tallahassee for to do on behalf of the district. We also had a special meeting with Representative Alvarez on a particular item that he is trying to help get us some extra funding for some of our schools in an area of CTE that will really help some of our students with earning those certifications as they are preparing themselves for the workforce. So those were two very productive meetings that we had. I also toured Kindred K-8 that same week, so I was able to see what's happening over in our new K-8 that will be coming on board for the 2025-2026 school year. It's great to see the work that's being done. The people that work on these projects under Mr. Sharma and our contractors really care about bringing the best school and best product to our teachers and our students and our families. So seeing the work that they're doing and really the heart that they're putting into those projects is something that I always enjoy being a part of. And finally, I toured Osceola High. I went to Osceola High for the Addition Financial ribbon cutting a few weeks ago as well, and that's a really great project, a partnership we have with Addition Financial Credit Union, where we have now 3 school branches. So Poinciana High, St. Cloud High, and now Osceola High is our newest branch. So students in that program are actually bank tellers, and they are doing all the work that a normal bank or credit union would be doing for its members. Its members are the students and the staff of the school, so anyone that is a student or staff and opens an account there can transact business on property. So it's really exciting to see. We had their head teller do the ribbon cutting for us and give us a demonstration of what they do day to day in that program. It also offers them so many opportunities for internship and future jobs. There were people that work for Addition Financial that were student tellers themselves in branches in other schools. There are branches in Osceola, Orange, and Volusia County, I believe, too. So it's Seminole, Seminole. So it's a great program, and just so good to see the students getting that hands-on, real-world experience while they're in high school.
Just side note,
Yeah.
Chairwoman,
Mhm.
one of my former students at the Poinciana branch is a branch manager at the Osceola one.
That's amazing.
So it is legit, like our kids are getting put out in the field. And several of them are working at that same branch, but one of them is now a branch manager.
Yeah, it's a great partnership that we have with them, and I mean, it's my bank of choice. So, coming up though, I didn't know if Ms. Bronson was going to mention this because I think she's in with the FFA a little bit, but we do have Rodeo Day that will come up before our next meeting. So, just giving a little pre-shout out to Rodeo Day, and that we will have a ton of students that are participating through FFA and other projects there. So make sure that you go on out, take a visit, see what our students are doing, because that is always a fun tradition and a really great opportunity for those students. Finally, I do have a little presentation to give. So I think we mentioned this before, but the Osceola High Cowboys finished off a 12-3 year with a close loss at the state championship against West Boca High School. The students were known for how they carried themselves on the field and performed that day. We were there, Dr. Shanoff, Mr. Sharma, myself, and Ms. Evans, and we got to really see the kids in action. Even though they were defeated, the players that day, the way they held themselves was amazing. And the greatest part for them, it was like a Super Bowl. Like they had that field decked out with all the different branding. It had the kids' logo, the school logo up on the big Jumbotron, and really made it something that was something special for them. So with that, I want to kind of give a shout out to Coach Eric Canellis. Over the course of his tenure, he has helped to mold a culture of accountability and familyness. It shows in his student athletes how they have learned to listen to their coach, use his feedback, and how they lead on campus from the things that he is modeling to them. It's all a reflection of the way he has coached over the years. He believes in raising young people the right way, honesty, integrity, and hard work. The state final in Miami united our community like it has done in the past. I know I was even driving to the school one day, and there's just like a big, huge "Go Cowboys" banner on the side of a house in downtown Kissimmee. So to see our community come out, support them, we had our sheriff deputies that gave them a send-off through downtown. So I just wanted to thank Coach Pinellas for his leadership and the difference he makes in the lives of his students. I have a little token of appreciation. So if you'd like to. If there's anything you'd like to say on behalf of your team and the year you had, maybe you could do a better job.
You didn't have to talk, you said.
Did Coach Pinellas win Coach of the Year?
Yes.
He did.
Come on now. Come on now.
Just want to say, first of all, thank you to my wife for the sacrifices that she makes that allows me to be away from the house for the countless hours that I'm gone. Thank you to Dr. Kennedy. She's come in and she's been phenomenal. Anything that I've needed to assist in what I'm doing, she's always been very helpful. Thank you, Dr. Shanoff. Thank you to the board for all the support that you all gave us during that run. It was a very stressful, tiring time, but it was well worth it, and I appreciate everybody for their support that they gave us during that run. Wish I could have won it, but we'll go there.
Next year.
Thank you. Thank you so
This
much.
is for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
they are.
Eric, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Mega Mix. Alright, next up we have our Black History Month Proclamation by Dean Marshall Brown, our Director of High School.
That was so incredibly cute. I'm still smiling. This was super cute. Black History Month Proclamation. Whereas February has nationally been designated as a time to recognize and celebrate the contributions of African Americans to our nation's culture and history. Whereas is it important to understand the different origins, culture, and heritage of all Americans. Whereas it is appropriate that all citizens reflect upon, cherish, sustain the contributions that Black individuals, both present and past, have made to our nation. Dr. Martin Luther King, Maya Angelou, Louis Gossett Jr., Rosa Parks, Thurgood Marshall, Fannie Lou Hamer, Ben Carson, Melba Roy, Mae Jemison, Jesse Owens, George Washington Carver, and many more. Whereas gifted individuals have given of their very best so that we may be sustained and inspired during hard times, and encouraged to celebrate and rejoice during happy times. Now therefore, be it resolved that the School District of Osceola County, Florida does hereby proclaim that February 2025 as Black History Month.
So moved. Motion by Ms. Castillo,
I second that.
a second by Mr. Cook. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations. With that, we also have a school board recognition month proclamation by Dr. Shannon.
Whereas school board members in Osceola County are elected to sit in trust for their communities, in that capacity are charged with meeting the community's expectations and aspirations for the public education of their students, and whereas school board members in Osceola County are entrusted with the guardianship and wise expenditure of scarce tax dollars, and they are responsible for maintaining and preserving the buildings, grounds, and other areas of the school district that the community has put in their trust, and whereas the school board members in Osceola County are responsible for providing leadership that ensures a clear shared vision of public education for their schools, that sets high standards for the education of all students, and requires the effective and efficient operation of our district. And whereas school board members in Osceola County adopt policies as they lead, employ a superintendent to administer board policy, and are also responsible for the regular monitoring of the district's performance and compliance with policies. And whereas the members elected to the school board positions in Osceola County deserve recognition and thanks for their countless hours of service to public education and the students of our county. Now therefore, the school district of Osceola County proclaims January 2025 as School Board Recognition Month, recognizing the dedication and hard work of our Osceola County school board members who work tirelessly to mold an education system that meets the needs of students both today and in the future.
So moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Castillo, a second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Dr. Shannon, for the recognition. With that, we have a very, very special presentation now. I'm going to invite our sheriff up to the podium. He is going to be swearing in a special deputy that everybody here may know.
Well, thank you all for having us. Doctor, you're about to get demoted to special deputy. Hope you
Be my honor.
Less money, free. For those of you who don't really know what a special deputy is, someone who's appointed by the sheriff to do special functions when like emergency management. He helped during the hurricanes, or even security type work whenever needed. And we did a little video together, and he was so sad, and he was like, "I've always wanted to be a cop." So you know what? Let's make him a special deputy. But that's not the only reason. He's going to do a lot of stuff for us, and we really appreciate the relationship that we have with the school board. And I think it's important because we know the active shooter training and everything that we do. He's been really actively involved, and I think it's important when you have someone who's there and understands what we do and how we do it. And I think it gives you guys a direct connect to us, and you have a better understanding of how we function. So I need you to stand over here so we can get a nice little picture of you. Raise your right hand. State your name.
Mark Shanoff,
A legal resident of the state of Florida.
a legal resident of the state of Florida
Sorry, I forgot to say, repeat after me. In the United States of America.
and the United States of America,
And being employed by
and being employed by
or being a deputy sheriff
or being a deputy sheriff
of Osceola County Sheriff's Office.
of Osceola County Sheriff's Office
And a recipient of public funds.
and a recipient of public funds,
As such employee or deputy.
as such employed or deputy,
Do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
do hereby solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the state of Florida.
and the state of Florida.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Sheriff.
And go write some tickets and make us some money. Thank you all.
Sheriff
Take care.
Lopez, I
Yes,
thought
sir.
y'all was gonna do the tasing demonstration. That's not for special, that's the next one up.
That's February's meeting. Come back.
That's funny.
Can I see your badge?
Yes.
See if he gets a badge, he should get tased.
On three, ready? Three, that'll be me. 1, 2, 3. Let me see what I'll flash. 1, 2, 3. Love it. Alright, thank you, sir.
Hey, thanks, Sheriff. This is great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
With that, we are on to appointments and transfers with Deputy Shannon. Special Shannon. Emphasis on special.
Okay, well, this is always a highlight. The first appointment today, I would like to introduce Mr. Thomas Dunham as the new principal at Harmony Middle School. Mr. Dunham has held the following positions: teacher at Kissimmee Middle and Arcousie Middle, math and science coach at Liberty High School, assistant principal and dean of students at Zenith Accelerated Learning Academy, and assistant principal at Liberty High School. He earned his bachelor's degree from the University of Central Florida and master's degree in educational leadership from the American College of Education.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Cook. Second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations. Would you like to say some words?
Yes, very much so. First off, thank you, Dr. Shanoff and the leadership team of Osceola County. I am a student, I've lived in Osceola County my entire life. I went to school here. I graduated from here. I love this county. My family has supported me a lot through this. My mother, my wife, my kids. But I really like to thank Dr. Harris, Dr. Studley. They have helped me throughout my time working as administrator, and without them and their leadership and their guidance, I would not have the chance I have today. I am looking forward to serving the community at Harmony and filling the shoes left by Mr. Tilemko. So thank you very much.
Our next appointment, I believe is it's important to bring in front of the board because we are talking about the appointment of the assistant principal at our new K-8 school, currently named AA, but located in the Kindred subdivision. Andrea Juergens has held the following positions: teacher, dean of students, and math and science coach at Denjon Middle, geometry instructor and math subject matter expert curriculum specialist at Florida Virtual School, teacher and dean of students at Arcousie Middle, secondary math resource teacher for the district, assistant principal at Horizon Middle, and K-12 mathematics district coordinator for the school district. She earned her bachelor's degree in math education from Purdue University and a master's degree in educational leadership from Stetson University.
So moved. I have a motion by Ms. Castillo.
I'll second.
A second by Ms. Bronson. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I just want to share that I've had a privilege of serving on this district team for 5 years, learned a ton, and I'm really, really honored that you've entrusted in me to work alongside Frank Tilemko with this new school, and we're really excited to get the work started. Thank you.
All right, with that, we are on to our agenda modifications. Dr. Shannon.
We have two agenda modifications, Madam Chair. First is 703. That's the approval of contract number C250588 BM, Behavior Self Incorporated DBA Lodestone Academy. And then 1401, we have an addition to out-of-state travel. This just came in today. Mr. Sharma and I will be traveling to Washington, D.C. for a congressional visit with Senator Scott regarding high school AAA.
Thank you. Ms. Garcia, any modifications? Mr. Cook?
No.
Ms. Castillo?
No.
an approval to the modified agenda of adding the two blue sheeted items, 7.03 and 14.01.
Make a motion to approve the agenda with the additions of consent agenda item 7.03 and regular agenda item 4.01. 14.01, sorry.
Thank you. I have a motion by Ms. Castillo,
A second.
a second by Mr. Cook. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. So we are on to 14.0. We don't have to talk about 2.1. We don't have to do it separately, do we? Okay. 14.03.
Make a motion to approve 14.03.
Motion by Ms. Castillo. Second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. 15.03. Motion by Mr. Cook.
Second.
Second by Ms. Castillo. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes.
Motion to
16.01.
1601.
Motion by Ms. Castillo.
I second that.
Second by Mr. Cook. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. 17.01. This one we do need to discuss.
Discuss this one. Pull it up.
So with 17.01 team, we have 3 open seats for our business advisory board. And we had 4 people submit their applications for this upcoming year, for the 3 seats. So what we would like to do at this time is take a vote, from each board member on their top 3 selections, for this item. And from there, we will move the 3 forward that earn the most votes from our board as well. Ms. Warren, do you suggest I go one by one?
My suggestion is that you ask each board member to name their 3 names out of 4, and I will tally, and then if we have the situation where we need to have a tie or another one, we can do that. I also asked Ms. Culver to take record for the board member minutes if I have.
Okay, I'm going to just go in order of district, so I will start with Ms. Castillo. Thank you. The 4 members we have in front of us are Greg Filak, Olga Sanchez de Fuentes, Robert Bass, and Jose Martinez.
Thank you. And just to confirm, I know Mr. Filak and Mr. Bass have already served on the board before. Ms. Sanchez, she served?
Yeah, she has.
Oh, she's currently on the board, okay.
And then once the 3 names are decided, we will have to have a motion deciding between those.
Okay. All right, so my top are Mr. Filak, Ms. Sanchez, and Mr. Bass.
Thank you. Ms. Garcia?
Violet, Sanchez, and Bass.
Thank you. Mr. Cook?
Lilac, Sanchez, and Bass.
Thank you. For myself in District 4, Mr. Filak, Ms. Sanchez, and Mr. Bass as well. Ms. Bronson?
I will take Filak, Sanchez, and Martinez.
So school board members, based on the votes here today, it would be Mr. Vilak, Ms. Sanchez, and Mr. Bass. There would need to be a motion and a second based upon your votes.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the 3 that were majority
Yes, so that
voted upon.
would be Greg Vilak, Olga Sanchez de Fuentes, and Robert Bass.
Yes,
I have a motion by Mr. Cook,
I second.
a second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. 18.12.
Madam Chair, I'm so sorry. I know I've served on this board before, but I don't know if this is a thing. Do we have an alternate ever? Is that an option? Have we ever decided on having an alternate?
There's 7 members on the board total.
Okay, so
The other 4 appointed by the county, and there's nothing in the bylaws
Okay.
about an alternate.
just making sure. Let me see.
Thank you. 18.12.
Motion to approve, item 18.12.
I second.
I have a Motion by Ms. Castillo, second by Mr. Cook. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. We are now to public comment. First up is Z. Nelly Hernandez. Please state your name for the record and remember you have 3 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. Zena Hernandez, Kissimmee, Florida. I am here tonight to express my deep disappointment about how all 5 of you voted against the school chaplaincy program at the last meeting. It was painful to watch newly elected members that spoke openly about their faith in God, unanimously siding with the enemies of God and giving in to the fear-mongering and legal intimidation of your internal legal counsel. Very disappointing. I was almost assured previously that the new members coming in were people of strong faith and that they would most likely vote yes in implementing the program. But so far, what I have seen and heard is that you are all here to get along. As in, come along to get along. You meant when you, sorry. Actually, that's, I've heard somebody say that this was gonna be the best board ever. So if that's what you meant when you said that, that's the wrong thing. Sorry. You're letting down the people that voted for you and many people in the communities, not to mention students. We do not need you to vote in agreement on every issue. Just on those issues that you can clearly see the majority in our communities have spoken up for and supported. Okay? You ignore the majority to side with a few individuals that hate God openly, hence they do not care about the spiritual, emotional, and mental state of our students. Unite in favor of good, not evil. Please be aware, this issue is not over. We will continue bringing it up because it's another resource, maybe the best one yet, to help kids in crisis. I suggest you rethink your position. Pray and ask God to guide you, if you believe in God, that is, because we are analyzing all options on how to proceed. Osceola County has a reputation of supporting evil, sexual immorality, and perversion before we had our new superintendent among the students, but resisting good and righteousness, proven by how hard we had to fight to get the then board to remove just a few books about pornography in the school libraries. And now we're going to the same thing. We're going to have to fight, except this time is to get you to approve something that is good. Oh, and by the way, the least some of you could do is acknowledge emails when you're sent one. You owe us that much.
Next up is Miss Janet Moody.
Happy New Year. Janet Moody from the Osceola County Education Association, and I just want to bring you guys up to date on what our organization is doing. Just like all of you having met with the Osceola delegation, I have squared away meetings so that I can travel to Tallahassee to meet with them, and I also get to meet with the people from Brevard County. I am taking the message that the school board has with me because I support the things that you are also asking for from the state, and I hope that you guys will also continue to ask for the salaries to be prioritized, that we look at how crowded our classrooms are, how we're stacking our kids in, and that you will make those priorities so that we can prioritize what our teachers need in order to educate our students the best way possible. So I appreciate that. Having said that, we're moving into bargaining season. I know that Mr. Boyd notified me today that we're going to put off bargaining until March because he needs to meet with all of you in executive session. And I appreciate that he was giving me the heads up so that I was not stressing out over meeting next month. But we are already off. We sent out a survey. We've had more than 1,500 responses to that survey. And we will be sharing with the school district that, and then if any of you are interested in any of the information on it, we will also gladly share it with any of you, okay? Thank you and welcome back.
We also have Zahira, Kenya, and Dino.
Good evening, board. Zaida Peña Andino, resident of St. Cloud, Florida. Quality education starts with well-trained and supported educators and policies that put children first. I am asking myself if the school district is putting our children and educators first. Since next year, you are planning to move students from a self-contained environment to a general ed classroom. So let me ask you this, because we have more questions than answers at this point. And I know it's still a working in progress. Do you have a plan to share with parents when you break the news to them? How are you going to support the Gen Ed educators? Do they have to get an ESE certification since they're going to be serving ESE students? What is going to happen to all the VE teachers? Are they going to have a bigger caseload than what they have right now? What is going to happen to the self-contained teachers and paraprofessionals? Will they have a job next year? Florida is already 50th place ranking in teacher average pay. Educators have to make decisions about staying or leaving the profession. All I'm going to be asking you is to please be transparent. Work together with the ESE department, the parents, and classroom educators to guarantee that this is going to be a smooth transition. Otherwise, I don't want to wonder if this unique change is going to be about inclusion or is it going to be about budget cuts. Have a good night.
Thank you. With that, we are on to our attorney report for comments.
Good evening, school board members. I have 5 short reports for this evening, so I will go through them one by one. First and foremost, an executive session will be held immediately after the school board meeting on February 11th, 2025 in the case Sorrel Guzman individually and as a parent and natural guardian of Zanai Guzman, a minor versus School Board of Osceola County in case number 2022 CA-001-539. Again, that will be on February 11th, 2025, immediately following the school board meeting. The attendees will include myself, Dr. Mark Shanoff, Vice Chair Terry Castillo, Ms. Zaida Garcia, Mr. Anthony Cook, Chair Heather Caveman, Ms. Paula Bronson, and the court reporter. Next, a closed bargaining session will be held with all school board members, Dr. Shanoff, and members of the bargaining team on February 11th, 2025 at 3 o'clock in the Bill Collins Conference Room. I am pleased to announce that the proposal for settlement discussed at the executive session on November 19th, 2024 was accepted in Wanda Silva Haddock and Juan Torres Colon versus School District of Osceola County. School naming procedures will commence for school AAKE in the Kindred community. A list of families zoned for AAKE approved during the December 10th, 2024 school board meeting will be provided to you following this meeting. Please, each school board member select 1 member from this list to serve on the committee as well as an alternate and get those names to Ms. Colbert no later than January 31st, 2025. You will receive an email from Dr. Henninger tonight, again, with all of this information. Those members that you select will serve on committee meetings on February 18th, 2025 and February 25th, 2025 at 4 o'clock, and then they will report at the following board meeting on their recommendations for the school name. And then lastly, this is for discussion, I'm requesting that the school board provide me the authority to request an attorney general opinion seeking clarification of statute and state rules governing the sale of district property to private and public entities. I'm not able to ask for an attorney general opinion on behalf of the school board unless I ask them first. I see nods of heads. Is that something that the school board?
Yeah, I don't have questions.
All right, thank you very much. I wish you all a good evening.
you. We are now on to new business items. Ms. Castillo, you have the floor for all 4 new business items.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. These are all sort of related items, but, and I know you're all probably familiar with all of these different, items. So a while back, we used to have certain programs, for students and for board members to, attend and assist, and I was just wondering if there was an appetite for us to either revamp these programs, in some capacity. I don't necessarily think that they have to be the same way that they used to be before. We can certainly change some of the parameters. But I'll go ahead and start, for example, with the junior breakfast program for all high schools. I do have a question about that though, Dr. Shinoff. Is that actually happening right now, or it has not happened?
No. No. What occurred was we had a staff member from a school reach out to our college and career asking whether or not they could do it. There was no reference per se to anything that had been done in the past. There's no reason why we cannot move forward with this. It's all very familiar. If the board wants to move forward with it, it's all very familiar to district staff. I think what we'll want to do is establish, as you mentioned, Vice Chair, establish some parameters around what programming looks like for the breakfast, and have that in place, agreed upon by college and career specialists across the district, so then we have some uniformity, consistency across the board.
Yeah, and in the past, board members attended these and they gave a speech. At this moment, this is not about board members, it's about the students who have not been able to attend the breakfast. So if you didn't know, the top 10 junior students would attend a breakfast, kind of welcoming them and congratulating them for being the top 10 students their junior year as they move into their senior year. And I thought that was a really great program. Whether or not board members attend, honestly, that's not material to me, but I do think that it's important for us to continue celebrating our students. And we can have a discussion now of whether or not we should continue it or whether or not board members can come in. I personally don't care whether or not board members attend. It's great either way. I'm mostly interested in the students being able to be celebrated. And I'll stop talking.
Mr. Cook, you're recognized.
Not in addition to them being celebrated, it was an opportunity to plant that seed with them because they are considered our academically competitive students, what they should be doing their junior year. So when they step into senior year, they'll be set up nicely to be able to attend those academically competitive schools and it be affordable for them. So I was the one that guided them through that, serving in this position. I still keep in touch with many of those students now. They're off at schools, they're doing great. A lot of those parents reach out to me come senior year because of that meeting. So I'm down for revisiting it, but I do agree with everything Dr. Shenoff said, sitting with the CCCs and Ms. Malfair and community relations and figuring out what the actual end goal is and then how we would like to proceed with it. But I do think it was beneficial.
Yeah. Are we all in agreement to move forward with it with staff? Recommendations? Yeah. All right, 21.02.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I may need our attorney to kind of back me up on this one because not sure if y'all remember that we had a student representative that was sitting on the dais with us and didn't participate much until the end, just kind of gave their opinion about the meeting and then they reported back as to what they learned. I thought it was a really good experience for students to learn about government work and how the decisions that affect them every single day are discussed. We had a current congressman who served as a student representative, although there is some concerns with whether or not that is something that we can still move forward with, and I would just like to give the floor to our attorney to kind of discuss those points that I just learned about myself after this was put on the agenda.
Sure. So some of the concerns with having a student sitting on the school board is making sure that what is presented at that school board meeting and what is presented from the general public and public comment is something that would align with K-12 standards, because otherwise there could be a concern about them sitting here in an educational capacity and them hearing information that does not align with those K-12 standards. So if a student was to be sitting on the dais, one, we would need to ask the general public in their public comment to consider the mechanism of what they're stating or how they're stating it, because there's a student on the dais, and also possibly have the family of the student, if the student has not reached the age of majority, sign a release stating that they understand that information that may be presented in the school board meeting may be outside of the parameters of what's general K-12 education. In addition to which, I would like to make sure that if this is something that is implemented, there is a specific criteria that is created by Dr. Shanoff and his team to make sure that whom is being selected is done so on an equitable basis, and that there is a specific rubric so that we make sure that students from all schools are eligible and are chosen equitably for that position. And then the last thing would be setting parameters on when it is appropriate for the student sitting on the dais to participate and when it is not, so that that student understands that they are not necessarily a voting member of the school board for certain items. They are here to observe, they are here to provide comment when requested, etc.
I don't see any discussion on this.
Well, I do have, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna let other folks speak first if they wanted to, but
Sorry. One other option that I did just want to present, as well as having a student come to workshops where there is more of a controlled environment where they could possibly participate in those topics, because we also do not have public comment at those workshops, and you do know exactly what's going to be on the agenda. Certainly something like strategic plan might not be something that would be appropriate for a student, but if you were discussing another option that was related to students, that could also be a good time for them to participate without having some of those legal hurdles.
yeah, and just thank you, Ms. Corin. I really was going down the list of all of the items that we no longer have that I thought were really beneficial for the community. Because this item is a little bit more complicated now with some of the new legislature that has been passed, and it wasn't in the past, these are things that are new. I don't necessarily feel like it's like the cost benefit for a student to be here with all of the restrictions that they would have. I don't see it as being something as beneficial after having spoken with Ms. Corin. Although I would be interested to know what you all think about that as well.
Would you like to speak?
I can speak. I'm just thinking, so my college and career brain is on now. Any opportunities that we can provide for students, real life experiences is important to me. The thought that crossed my mind, Ms. Corin, is, and please don't judge me, what's the difference between a student, because our meetings are public, what's the difference between a student watching it at home on YouTube versus sitting in the boardroom and participating that way? What would be the major hurdle?
The difference is that it's a great question, first of all. The difference would be that they are chosen through a curricular program to be here. So they are here as a student. If a student wanted to come and sit in the audience, they were coming on their own volition after school, they're here as a member of the public. So that's really where that differentiation comes in.
Dr. Shanoff, you're recognized.
Thank you. The other thing is that we have a fairly active and robust Superintendent Student Advisory Council that is kind of ramping up to come and present soon. And the good news about that is that we've been able to get a cross-section of students, seniors and juniors, to help build some continuity within that team, to help really kind of bridge the conversation from policy to practice, and they really do a great job. And Ms. Malfera does a great job of helping to facilitate that. I wonder also, with the idea of us having one meeting a month, how many students would actually get the opportunity to be on the dais at any given time? And would it just be a one and done? And just because we would want kind of that exposure for all of our high school students, or at least all of our high schools to have that time. But I appreciate the concerns of general counsel. I think that those are real, and I actually think that could potentially put the board members at some significant risk. And certainly that kind of deviates from the work that we're trying to do as board members. So I appreciate the concerns that have been raised.
Do we have a general consensus on how we'd like to move forward? Are we in agreement with trying to work out a plan for this with staff?
I don't, after having conversations, since I brought it up, I want to make sure that after having conversations with the general counsel, I don't think that it's as valuable as it was in the past for students. This was definitely a valuable experience, but the board has changed, so yes.
Okay, looks like we're all in agreement on that. Next up, state of education.
Thank you. So once again, this was an event that we held in the past where our community, business leaders, stakeholders would come and kind of hear what the state of education in Osceola is, specifically honing in on our district plan priorities and how we are working on those to come into fruition. I thought that that was a really important event, which we have not done in a while. Now, again, I'm open and flexible to new ideas and understanding that we do have a different board. One, we do have a different relationship with a new superintendent, and he has a different relationship, an evolving relationship with our stakeholders as well, as do we as board members. The point of bringing this up is that I do want to make sure that we are in consistent communication with our stakeholders, all of our stakeholders, specifically when it comes to our strategic plan, which is available for everybody to see, of course, if they wanted to read through it on the website. I read through strategic plans like they're books, but I don't think other people do. But I do think that that was an important aspect of our community relationship. I understand there's a cost to that, so that I'm cognizant of that. But I wonder if this is something, again, like the junior breakfast, that we found beneficial for the community, and whether or not we were interested in potentially revamping that, whether it's in a different capacity. We can have the staff work on proposals for that.
Mr. Cook, you're recognized.
I would like to revisit that for what it's worth.
I would as well.
I think it's done.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so in agreement. The last one, 21.04, board member newsletter.
Oh, and finally, I know we all have social media, and I think most of us are pretty active in communicating that way with the community, and I think that that is definitely valuable. We also at one point used to have newsletters that we would send specifically to our, there are external stakeholders as well, but folks that were in our district. I wouldn't want to put this on the community relations team to write, for the record. If you're listening, I am not giving you more work at all, but I did find it valuable if we are all interested, and I don't know if we all have to do it, in revamping our own district newsletter to have just another layer of communication with the community. Again, in this particular case, there was a point where our comms team was helping us with that, but I don't think, again, their role has evolved as well, and they have so many other things to do. This would definitely be something that I would advocate for us to do individually for a district, and not necessarily, with some help, because I'm not good at graphics. But to kind of have another layer of reach out outside from social media to our communities.
Mr. Cook, you're recognized.
I think it's worth visiting. There have been some conversations, but I don't think it's the old school newsletter. I think we might, if we want to have some internal conversations around this to flush out what some of those ideas look like. I think I actually have some people that want to help with that, and it'll be a little bit more modernized. So.
Are you calling me? Are you saying I'm old school?
No, well, you said that people don't read the district strategic plan too, so I mean, you know.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, I mean, you did, you said I read it, I don't know about others. No, I'm saying that I think we can actually, I think it's a good opportunity to take this and make it fit what is needed for our community now, so I'm with you on it.
Yeah.
Let's have some internal, we can have internal discussion, I'm not sure, right? Yes, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Dr. Luciano, you are recognized.
Yeah, first I would like to just acknowledge that this strategic plan that was drafted reads like Shakespeare.
I mean, it is a
So,
soliloquy.
It's amazing, Dr. Allen, you are a gifted writer, so thank you for that. I think that I appreciate all the comments. I actually think that there's some standardization around some of the information that we may be able to do and complement. We do provide board members monthly updates from across all of the divisions every month. So there is quite a bit of content that is at your disposal to include within your newsletters. And certainly we're open to kind of going down the path of how we might actually modernize the communication that goes out from each board member monthly, but certainly we're in a position to provide quite a bit of content for those newsletters based on what you believe is going to be most important to your particular districts.
Do we have a head nod and agreement to move forward with discussion with staff on doing something like that? Okay, I think we are in agreement on all the items that were brought forward by Ms. Castillo. With that, we are on to committee reports. Do we have any committee reports from board members? Have you attended any committee meetings since the last that you'd like to update us on?
Sure, thank you, Madam Chair. I'm trying to follow the rules. Have not yet, but our security advisory committee, safety advisory committee, I am the new representative, I'll get it right someday, is meeting on the 14th. So we just sent out the agenda for that and I'm excited to serve on that. So I guess I will have some more updates when I attend the first meeting.
Mr. Cook, you are recognized.
I will have some updates in our next meeting as well. We have our business advisory committee meeting.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Well, bright and early.
Bright and early, 7:30 in the AM, like I was back in the high school. And then Education Foundations Board will be next week, so we'll have some updates next week.
I did meet with the Osceola Chamber had their board meeting last week. There was no real discussion of anything that really pertained to us as a school district, other than the fact that I did tout our graduation rate with them at that meeting. They keep a scorecard for the county as a whole, and they present that at every meeting each month. And the scorecard just goes over various things like unemployment rate, graduation rate, things like that. So the fact that that is in the green now was very exciting, and the board members from the chamber were excited to celebrate us and our students at that meeting. Other than that, I have no other committee reports. Seeing no more, with that, this meeting is adjourned.
SBA master board dates.
Oh, yes, I don't have that noted. Oh, yes, I do, in blue, I didn't see it. So last thing is, we had gotten the email about doing our master board certification, and so the first meeting date will be an 8-hour event, and the earliest they can start is the first week of March. So do any of us have availability the first week of March?
Are we going out?
So the finance day, the finance day, is that?
It doesn't have to be the first week of March.
That's just the first availability.
That's the earliest.
Yeah, because I think March we're even off like part of the days, yeah. Thank you for that.
What are we, the 17th, the 31st, is that week is the week of FSCA, the legislature? Okay, so is there anything, maybe the week of the 10th then, because you guys, you said you'll be out the first week? I am open Monday the 10th and Tuesday
Tuesday we have a board meeting.
Oh,
we not,
I'm not here. Oh, well, later that week I am. It's called.
You're here for the board meeting though, and then not following.
No.
Not before, not prior to. I'm open on the 13th.
I have 13 open. Maybe I don't.
Are you sure?
I'm lying. I'm not.
I don't want to.
I'm not that
What do I have on that date? Okay, the 13th. I have something on the 14th.
I'm not.
April. Well, we have the last week of March, the week of the 24th,
24th.
the week of the 24th.
I'm yes. I
Okay,
have some things open.
how about on the 24th?
I have the 24th.
The 24th?
Monday, the 24th.
I have the
our first
24th.
day.
Okay.
Yes.
Good job.
Ms. Culver, Monday, the 24th. Can you check with them on that availability? Do we want to give a second date as an 8-hour backup just in case? Do we have another date that week that is available?
27.
I am good to 27.
27.
Hold on.
I'm available.
I'm so sorry. Okay, 22nd. Yeah.
27th as our second option.
Yeah.
All right, with that, this meeting is adjourned.